take a deep breath into the back of your lungs, the side of your ribs, and into your belly. And release. And again, breathe into your back, sides, and belly. And release. And again, breathe into your back, sides, and belly. And this time, as you breathe out, squeeze the air out of your lungs, lifting your pelvic floor and taking your navel to your spine. And release. And breathe in again to your back, sides, and belly. And as you breathe out, squeeze the air out of your lungs, lifting your pelvic floor and taking your navel to your spine. Now hold this position, keeping your pelvic floor lifted and your belly firm. Breathe into your back and sides only. And keeping your pelvic floor lifted and your belly firm, squeeze the air out of your lungs. Keeping your pelvic floor lifted and your belly firm, breathe into your back and sides only. And keeping your pelvic floor lifted and your belly firm, breathe out. This is your Pilates style of breathing. So I'd like you to maintain the style of breathing throughout the exercises. Okay, open your eyes now. Take your hands by your side. Bring your knees and your feet bone width apart. We're going to do some pelvic roll-up exercises. So your big toes slightly in and your heels slightly out so that your outer feet are parallel to each other. Without moving your feet, squeeze your toes out, press your heels into the mat to activate the muscles of your legs. Now breathing in, you're going to extend your right hand out to the side and back over your head. Yeah. So breathing in, extend your arm out to the side, over your head, and breathing out, squeeze your glutes, flatten your back into the mat and lift your pelvis one vertebra at a time. And breathing in, hold that position, keeping a straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. Breathing out, lower your pelvis one vertebra at a time. And breathing in, return your arm, circle it around, back to your side. Breathing in, extend your left arm out and circle it around the back and over your head. Breathing out, squeeze your glutes, flatten your back into the mat and lift your pelvis one vertebra at a time. Great. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out, lower your pelvis one vertebra at a time. Breathing in to hold. And breathing out, circle your arm back, around, and down to your side. And same again on your right side. So breathing in, circle your right arm out and back and over your head. Breathing out, squeeze your glutes, flatten your back into the mat and lift your pelvis one vertebra at a time. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out, lower one vertebra at a time. And breathing in to hold. And breathing out, return your arm back around the side and down to your hips. And left hand again, breathing in, extend your left hand out to the left, circle it around and back over your head. Breathing out, squeeze your glutes, flatten your back into the mat and lift your pelvis one vertebra at a time. Breathing to hold, breathing out, lower your pelvis one vertebra at a time. Breathing to hold and breathing out, return your arms, circle it around, back to your side. Excellent. Now take your hands up towards the ceiling and palms facing each other. This time we're going to do the dead bug exercise. So you're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathing out, squeeze your glutes, flatten your back into the mat, and as you lift your pelvis, take your right hand back and bring your left hand forward. Breathing in to hold, keeping your hips up. Breathing out, lower your spine as you return your hands back towards the center. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out, squeeze your glutes, flatten your back, lift your pelvis and take your left hand back and your right hand forward. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out, lower your pelvis, bringing your hands back towards the center. And one more time, breathing in to prepare, breathing out, flatten your back into the mat, lift your pelvis, take your right hand back and left hand forward. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out, lower your pelvis, bringing your hands back towards the center. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, flatten your back into the mat and lift your pelvis, taking your left hand back and your right down to the mat beside you. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out as you lower your pelvis, take your hands back up towards the ceiling. Breathing in, take your arms back to the floor behind you. Breathing out, flatten your back into the mat, lift your pelvis and bring both arms back up towards the ceiling and down onto the mat by your legs. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out as you lower your spine, bring your arms back up towards the ceiling. And the last one, breathing in, take your arms back. Breathing out, squeeze your glutes, flatten your back, and lift your pelvis as you bring your arms over your head and down to the floor by your legs. Breathing in to hold, and breathing out, lower your pelvis, bringing your arms straight back up towards the ceiling. And relax. Well done. Now we're going to do side by side, so take your legs up into tabletop position. Hands out by your sides. Be positioned just slightly below your shoulder height. So breathe in and breathing out. Now take your knees to the right and your head to the left, keeping your left shoulder imprinted into the mat. Breathing in, return to center using your abdominal muscles. Breathing out, take your knees to the left and your head to the right. Breathing in, return to center. And breathing out, take your head to the right and your knees, head to the left and your knees to the right. And breathing in, return to center using your abdominals. And breathing out, take your knees to the left and your head to the right. And breathing in, return to center. And lower your legs. Well done. Now we're going to come into preparation for abdominals. So knees bent, still, feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart, sit bone width apart. Okay, back into our preparation position. So big toes slightly in, heels slightly out. Without moving your feet, squeeze your pinky toes out and press your heels into the mat. Okay, hands by your side. Now we're going, hands are behind your head, interlocked, fingers running down your neck. So breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, lift your head and chest, taking your ribs to your hips. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out, lower back one vertebra at a time. Breathing in to hold. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out, lower. And breathe in to hold for 2. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, lower. And breathe in, hold. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, lower. And breathe in, hold. And last one, breathe out, lift. Breathe into back and sides. Breathing out, lower. And breathe in, hold. And now we're going to add a twist. So you're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathing out, lift your head and chest and take your right elbow to your left knee. Breathing in, return to center. Breathing out, take your left elbow to your right knee. And breathing in, return to center. And twist. And return for 2. And to the right. And return. And then right elbow to left knee. And center. Left elbow to right knee. And center. And last one, right elbow to left knee. And center. Left elbow to right knee. And center. And breathing out, roll back down. Now we're going to come into our hundreds lowering. So this is an abdominal exercise. You're going to come up into your hundreds position, and as you breathe in, you're going to pulse for 5 while your legs are up, and then you're going to breathe out and lower your legs and pulse for 5. And then breathe in and lift and pulse for 5. If you have any lower back issues, don't lower and raise your legs, and if it's still not feeling good, keep your legs bent. If you have any neck issues, just support your neck, your head with one hand as you pulse and then switch. And you should just do as much as you can, okay? So lying down, legs straight out, hands straight out behind you, big toes pressing together and inner thighs pressing together, hands, ribs down, and you're in a neutral spine position. So breathing in, bend your knees and slide your feet across the mat. Breathing out, lift your head and chest and both arms, legs simultaneously, bringing your arms by your hips. Your heels are together and your toes apart. And now we'll in. So breathe in and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. And lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. And lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. And lower. 2, 3, 4. Keeping your back out into the mat when you lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you lift, your tailbone is into anchored. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5. And lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, bend your knees, and breathe out. Come back down to start position, giving yourself a nice stretch. Okay. So now we're going to come into another couple of pelvic roll-up exercises. The first one is extension and the other one is a kick. So bringing your knees back up, bent, feet flat on the floor, sit bone lift again, toes slightly in here, slightly out, squeezing your pinkies out and your heels pressing into the mat, hands by your side. So you're going to take a deep breath in. And breathing out, you're going to squeeze your glutes, flatten your back into the mat, and lift your pelvis up into the air, one vertebra at a time, so that you have a straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. Now breathing in, you're going to squeeze your left glute as you take your right leg into tabletop position. Breathing out, extend your right leg so that both thighs are parallel to each other. Breathing in, bend again to tabletop position. Keeping your hips up, breathing out, lower your leg back to the mat. Now breathing in, squeeze your right glute and lift your left leg into tabletop position. Breathing out, extend. Both thighs parallel. Breathing in, bend to tabletop. Breathing out, lower. Hips up. Breathing in, right leg, tabletop. Extend. Tabletop. And lower. Left leg, hips up. Bend. Extend. Tabletop. And lower. One more. Right leg. Bend. Extend. Bend. And lower. And left leg. Tabletop. Extend. Tabletop. And lower. Breathing in to hold. And breathing out, lower your spine one vertebra at a time. How's everybody doing? Great. Okay, now we're going to do the kicks. So, same setup as before. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, squeeze your glutes. Flatten your back into the mat and lift your pelvis off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Breathing in, squeeze your left glute as you raise your right leg to tabletop position. Breathing out, extend your right leg. Breathing in now, flex your foot and kick up to the ceiling. Breathing out, point and lower. Breathing in, come back into tabletop position. And breathing out, lower your leg. Now squeeze your right glute, keeping your hips up. Lift your left leg into tabletop position. Breathing out, extend. Breathing in, flex your foot and lift. Breathing out, point and lower. Breathing in, back into tabletop. And breathing out, lower. And we do again one more on each side. So breathing in, take your right leg into tabletop position. Extend, flex, and kick. Point, lower, bend, and then lower your foot. And left leg. Bend your tabletop position. Breathing out, extend. Breathing in, flex, and point. Breathing out, point, and lower. Back into tabletop, and lower. Breathing in to hold. And breathing out, lower your spine, one vertebra at a time. Great, you did it. Well done. Okay, now we're going to come into our hamstring stretches. So legs straight out in front of you. And I'd like you to just press your left leg into the mat and lift your right leg, holding onto the back of your thigh, and press your knee towards your right shoulder. So right knee to your right shoulder. And enjoy that stretch. Now straighten your leg towards the ceiling. Excellent. Try and loosen your thigh bone from the hip. And now point your toes, stretching into the front of your ankle. And flex, stretching into your calf muscle. right and down, and breathing in, cross center up, and circle to the right and down, and cross center up for 2, and circle down and up for 3, and down and up for 4. Now we're going to go in the other direction, so breathing to prepare. Breathing out, take your leg cross center down, circle to the right, breathing in and up to the top. So breathing out, take your leg down, breathing in, circle to the right and up. And down, circle up for 3, and down, and circle up for 4. Breathe in, bring your leg to your chest, and breathing out lower. Now we do the same on the other side. So squeezing, pressing your right leg into the mat. Take your left knee towards your left shoulder, hands behind your thighs, and stretch your knee towards your shoulder. Now take your leg straight up towards the ceiling. Okay? Trying to stretch your leg up so that you're loosening your thigh bone from your hips. And now point your toes, stretching into the front of your ankles, and flex, stretching into your calf. And point, and flex. Now take your arms by your sides, and we're going to do leg circles on the left leg. So breathing in to prepare, breathing out, circle your leg to the left, down towards the center, and breathing in, cross center up. And circle, down, and up for 2. And circle, and up for 3, and circle, and up for 4. Now breathing out, take your legs straight down in the other direction, and circle to the left and up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, so take your leg down, circle to the left and up for 2. Down and left and up for 3, and cross center down and left and up for 4. Breathe in, bend your knee, and breathing out, lower your leg. And now, have a little bit of a rest. We're going to come up and do our roll-ups with a stretch. So lying down as you are, take your hands and place them on the floor behind you. Keeping your ribs down, take a deep breath in. Now take your hands up to the ceiling. Okay? Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, take your arms behind you. Breathing in, take your arms back up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, lift your head and chest off the mat. Peeling your spine up as much as you can go. Taking your hands towards your ankles and draping your body over your thighs. Breathing in to hold that stretch in your back and the back of your thighs. Breathing out, flex your feet towards you. Increase the stretch by bringing your body further towards your feet, your legs. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out, point your toes and gently roll yourself back down, one vertebra at a time. Coming back to the start position. Remembering to keep your big toes pressed together and your inner thighs pressed together. So breathing in again to prepare. Breathing out, take your arms behind you. Breathing in, return towards the ceiling. Breathing out, lift your head and chest and peel your spine off the mat. One vertebra at a time, taking your hands to your ankles and draping your body over your thighs. Breathing in to hold that stretch. Breathing out, flex your feet and take your body further down. Breathing in, hold the stretch, not hold your chest. Breathing out, point your toes and gently lower yourself down one vertebra at a time. And now we do one more, but this time we're going to stay sitting. So breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, take your arms behind you. Breathing in, back towards the ceiling. Breathing out, lift your head and chest. And peel your spine up the mat, one vertebra at a time. Taking your hands to your ankles. Breathing in, hold. Breathing out, flex your toes and take yourself a little bit closer to your thighs. Hold that stretch as you breathe in. Now breathing out, point your toes and come back up into a tall sitting position. And now we're going to come into our lunge set of exercises. So I'd like you to turn around onto your hands and knees. How's everybody feeling? Okay? Would you like to have a drink of water before we go on to the next set? Yeah. You're all doing very well. So. Yeah. Okay, so you're coming onto your hands and knees. Hands under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Okay, so you're going to take your right foot and bring it in between both hands. You're going to now squeeze your right glute as you take your hips forward into a lunge position, making sure that your neck is in line with your spine and your head is facing forward. Okay, so you take your left hand and take it forward, and then stretch it over your head towards the right, and hold. Now, press your front foot and your back knee towards each other. And next, take your tailbone under, tuck it under, and curve your upper spine just to increase that stretch. And release. And we do the same on the other side. So take your left leg and bring it forward in between your hands. This time you squeeze your right glute, lower your hips down into a lunge position, keeping your neck in line with your spine and your head facing forward. Take your right hand this time forward and then bend it over towards your left, feeling that stretch on your right side. Now press your right front foot and your back leg towards each other, increasing the stretch. Tuck your tailbone under and curve your upper back to increase it even more. And relax. Push your foot back. And now we're going to come into what we call a pigeon stretch. So, take your left knee, place it behind your right knee and to the outside of your right knee. I want you to slide your leg down the mat, coming down onto your elbows. Feeling that stretch in your right glute. To increase the stretch, just extend your arms forward. And to increase the stretch even more, your right foot, you can slide it forward. Okay? You get a bigger stretch on your right glute. And relax and come back up. And do the same on the left side. So take your right knee, place it behind your left leg, and slide your right leg down onto your elbows, feeling that stretch. And again, to take it further, extend your arms forward and come down. And to take the stretch even further, you can slide the lower part of your left leg forward. Sit. And relax. And now we're going to come into what we call lunge up stretch with push-ups. So this is a bit of a tricky one and it takes a bit of stamina, so do as much as you can each time. So onto your hands and knees, take the balls of your feet, maybe I'll turn this way. The balls of your feet are on the mat. Sitting back onto your feet, hands straight out in front of you, arms down. Your middle finger should be pointing towards the wall. Pressing your fingertips into the mat to activate your palm and protect your wrists. Okay, so breathing in to prepare, your hands should be about shoulder width apart. So breathing in to prepare, breathing out, lift your for 2 and up. Breathing in, come back down to plank position. Straight line from your head to your feet. Breathing out, back up into pyramid position. Now we're going to do 3 push-ups. So breathe in and bend, breathe out, lift. Breathe in, bend for 2 and lift. Breathe in, bend for 3 and lift. Breathing in, come down to plank position. Breathing out, come back up into pyramid position. You can take your heels down towards the mat. Now we're going to do 4 push-ups. So breathing in, bend for 1 and up. Breathing in 2 and up. Breathing in 3 and up. Breathing in 4 and up. Breathing in, lower down into plank position. Breathing out, back down into a child's pose. Well done, you did it. Great. Okay, so now we're going to do a couple of back support exercises. So sitting onto your mat. Okay. Knees are bent, feet together. Okay, sitting up tall, hands are behind your back, okay, so that your fingers are pointing towards your hips. So I want you to take a deep breath in and breathing out, lift your torso so you come up into a reverse lunge position and just hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Now, this is the exercise you need your towel for. So grab your towel and move across onto the timber floor. Spread the towel and place it under your feet. Okay? So feet are together, big toes pressing together, knees pressing together. Again, your hands behind you, but a bit wider than your hips because you're going to take your torso behind and between your hands. So breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, lift your pelvis up into reverse plank position. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out, you're going to scoop your belly, bring your shoulders forward as you take your feet back, taking your torso between your arms. And breathing in, return back. And we'll do one more. Breathing out, scoop your belly, take your torso back between your arms, and breathing in, return, and breathing out low. That's a bit of a tricky one. Well done. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. So that was something a little different. Yeah. Okay, it's nice. Yeah. So now we're going to start our abdominal series. Okay, so coming towards the front of your mat. Now we're going to do rolling like a ball. So sitting up, knees bent, hands holding onto the front of your ankles. Okay, coming to a C curve. So soften your chin to your chest, shoulders forward over your hips, and your navel is drawn to your spine. And breathing in, you're going to roll back. So breathing in, roll back onto your shoulders. Breathing out, coming up, keeping your feet off the mat. And again, breathe in and breathe out. This is all about balance and control. And also, it gives yourself a bit of a spinal massage. So let's do 3 more. 1 and 2. You're doing well. And 3. And excellent. It's actually a fun one. Anyway. Okay, now sitting down with your knees bent, we're going to do roll backs. Feet together, knees together, hands in front of you, palms facing each other, and your shoulders a little bit forward. So you're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathing out, take your chin to your chest as you roll your spine back down, 1 vertebra at a time, only as far as your abdominal muscles will allow, without collapsing. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out, roll yourself up 1 vertebra at a time, using your abdominals to come up to a straight plank position. So breathing in again to prepare. Breathing out, soften your chin to your chest and roll your spine down, only as far as you can go. 1 vertebra at a time. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out, curl yourself up. One vertebra at a time, sitting up tall. And one more. Breathe in. Breathing out, roll yourself down as far as you can go. Breathe in to hold, and breathe out, roll back up. Okay, place your hands behind your thighs and roll yourself down. We're going to do now another series of abdominal exercises. First one is going to be toe dips. So, taking your knees into tabletop position. Hands on your knees. Okay, lifting your head and chest off the mat. Keeping your head and chest lifted. Okay, so you're going to breathe in to prepare. Your knees should be at a 90-degree angle, and as you lower your leg, keep it at a 90-degree angle. So breathing in to prepare. Breathing up, lower your right foot to the mat, and breathing in, lift. Breathing out, lower your left, and lift. Keeping that 90-degree angle. Lower, and lift, and lower, and lift for 2. And lower, and lift, lower, and lift for 3. Head and chest up. Lower, and lift for 4. Lower, and lift, and lower, and lift for 5. One more. Lower, and lift, and lower, and lift. Excellent. Now take your hands, interlock your fingers behind your head, thumbs running down your spine. Take your legs straight up to the ceiling. So breathing in to prepare, you should be able to see your elbows in your peripheral vision. So breathing in, breathing out, lower your legs as far as they can go whilst you keep your back imprinted into the mat. Breathing in, lift for 1. Breathing out, lower, and lift for 2. And lower, and lift for 3. And one more, lower, and lift for 4. Now breathing in, point your toes and open your legs. Flex and close as you breathe out. Point and open, flex and close for 2. Point and open, flex and close for 3. Point and open, flex and close. Now you're going to hate me because we're going to do this again. So breathing in, lower your legs. So breathing out, lower. Breathing in, lift for 1. Breathing out, lower, and lift for 2. Lower, and lift for 3. And lower, and lift for 4. And now opening, so breathing in, point, and open. Breathing out, flex, and close. Point, open, flex, and close. Point, open, flex, and close. Now take your knees, bend them, have a bit of a rest. Only a short rest because there's one more to go. Okay. How are you all feeling? Good. Okay?
Yes.
Excellent. So again, hands behind your head, thumbs running down your neck, legs straight up to the ceiling. Okay, your back is imprinted into the mat. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, split your legs and pulse. Breathing in, return to center and swap. And split and pulse and center. And split, pulse, center, pulse, center. Split, pulse, and split. So 2 more. And last one. And bend your knees and bring them down. We can do the reverse child's pose. So take your knees towards your chest and have a bit of a rest. Okay. And now we're going to do our side to side with arm circles. This is a nice stretch as well. You like me after this one. So knees bent, feet together, knees together, hands out by your side. With a clutch. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, you take your knees to the right, your head to the left. At the same time, circling your right arm down towards your hips, over your hips, and coming on, tightly onto your right side. Take your left arm over your right arm. Breathing in, continue circling your right arm over left arm over your head. Coming back to the center, lying on your back, bringing your knees and hips back towards the start position. Breathing out, take your knees to the left and your head to the right, circling your right arm down towards your hips, over your hips, Coming entirely onto your side as you take your right arm over your left arm, and then breathing in, continue circling it over your head. Coming back onto your back, and bringing your knees and hips to the start position. So one more time, knees to the right, head to the left, bringing your left arm down towards your hips, over onto your right arm as you come entirely onto your side, and breathing in, continue circling over your head, coming onto your back, and bringing your knees and hips and arms back to the start position. And last one, take your knees to the left and your head to the right as you circle your right arm down towards your hips, over your hips, onto your left arm, coming entirely onto your side, taking your right arm over your head, circling it back, coming onto your back, and back into the start position. That was a nice stretch. Okay, then we're going to roll over onto your tummies. So you can see my okay. Okay, so first exercise is the swan with bent arms. Come down here. It's okay. So take your hands, place them by your ribs, so down by the bottom of your ribs, and your forehead should be down onto the mat. Big toes together and your heels apart to open up your sacrum. Toes pressing into your mat and knees lifted off the mat. So as you breathe in, press your hands into the mat and lift your head and chest off the mat. Tucking your tailbone, taking your ribs in, shoulders down, opening your chest and throat. And breathing out, lower your head and chest down, lengthening into the crown of your head. And again, breathing in to lift. And breathe out, lower for 2. Breathing in, lift for 3. And breathe out. And lift for 4. Breathing in. And breathing out, lower. I want you to bring your arms and hands into diamond position. So one hand on top of the other, and you have a diamond shape. Your forehead should be resting onto your hands. Again, big toes together, heels apart, pressing your toes into the mat, and knees lifted off. So you're going to breathe in and lift your head and chest with your hands stuck to your forehead. Breathing out, you're going to take your right elbow towards your right hip. Pivot towards your right. Breathing in, come back to the center. Breathing out, take your left elbow to your left hip. And breathing in, return to center. And again, right elbow to right hip. And center. And left. And center. And one more, right. And center. And left. And center. And breathing out lower. And now the last one is the twist. So same starting position, head on your hands, breathing in to lift your head and hands and chest off the mat. Now this time, as you breathe out, we're going to lift your right elbow, lower your left elbow without touching the mat. Breathing in, return to center. Breathing out, lift your right elbow, lowering your right elbow and return to center. Breathing out, lift your right elbow, lowering your left. Breathing in center, breathing out left, up, right down, return to center, and one more on each side. Lift, and center, and lift, and center. Breathing out lower. Would anyone like a drink of water? Okay, continue. Okay, so now, again, you're going to come up onto your elbows, interlocking your hands together. And your feet are hip bone width apart this time. So bend your right leg. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out guys a bit of a stretch. I'm just going to touch it here. Right and pulse. Breathing in, back to the center. Breathing out to the left and pulse, center. And for 2, pulse, center. Left, pulse, center. And for 3, pulse, center. Left, pulse, center. And for 4, pulse, center. And left, pulse, center. Now take your hands up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other, and we're going to do the same. So breathing in, breathing out to the right, pulse, center, and to the left, pulse, center, and 2, pulse, center, and left, pulse, center, and 3, pulse, center, and 4, pulse, center, and breathing in and relax. Great, now just spread your legs to about 45-degree angle. We're just going to do a spine stretch. So sitting up nice and tall, hands out in front of you, palms facing each other, and take your fingers down onto the floor. So breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, soften your chin to your chest and roll your spine down 1 vertebra at a time, sliding your fingers towards your feet. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out, roll your spine back up 1 vertebra at a time, coming back up to the start position. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, soften your chin and roll your spine down 1 vertebra at a time, sliding your fingers forward. And breathing in to hold. And breathing out, return. And 1 more. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, soften and roll your vertebra down 1 vertebra at a time. Breathing in to hold. And breathing out, return. Now we can have a drink of water. Yeah. Okay. So now this is a bit of a tricky one that needs a fair bit of balance and control. Okay? So you're going to sit towards the front of your mat. Your favourite. Sit back here. Okay, so feet together and knees apart. You can either take your hands, thread them through your legs and hold onto your ankles, or if it's easier, you can hold onto the front, whichever is easier for you, or you can even hold onto your thighs if you find that easier. Back of your legs. Okay, so you're going to lean back and lift your feet off the mat and find your point of balance. Okay? Keep your belly firm, your abdominals firm. This will help you. Okay? So now you're going to breathe in and extend your right leg out. Breathe out and return. That's okay.
Try here. Trust me.
That's it. Now breathe in, extend your left leg out. Breathe out and return. Yeah. Breathe in and extend both legs out and return. Now breathe in and you're going to roll back onto your shoulders, curving your spine, and breathing out, coming back up towards the center. Well done. Great. So again, stay where you are. Breathing in now, you're going to extend your right leg out and in. Breathing in, extend your left leg out and in. Breathing in, extend both legs and in. Breathing in, roll back and up. Wow, that's great. And again, so breathing in, extend your right leg and bend, left leg and bend, and then breathing in, roll back, or both legs and bend, and breathing in, roll back and up. That's great. That is a lot of control and balance, and as a bonus you get a little bit of a spinal massage. So well done. Great. So now we're going to do the saw. This is what we call the saw, sitting. So again, you take the legs out to 45-degree angle. Okay, sitting up nice and tall and straight. Your hands are out to the sides, so parallel to the floor, and your hands and palms are facing forward. So sitting up tall, take a deep breath in. Now breathing out, you're going to take your left arm to the right, okay, and take the back of your hand to the outside of your leg and slide it down towards your toe, and at the same time turn your right hand so that your little pinky is facing up towards the ceiling. Okay, so now you're going to breathe in and come straight up but keeping the twist, and then breathing out, return to center. So we do the same on the left side. So breathing in to prepare, breathing out, take your right hand to the back of your right hand on the outside of your left leg and slide it down towards your toe. Okay? Breathing in, lift your torso, but keep the twist. And breathing out, come back to the center. And one more on each side. So breathing in to prepare, breathing out, left arm, the back of your hand, the outside of your leg, and slide it down. Same time turning your right hand so that the pinky is facing up. Breathing in, sitting up, keeping a twist. Breathing out, come back to the center. And the last one, breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, take your right hand, the back of your right hand to the outside of your left leg and slide it down towards your toe, turning your left hand, pinky, up towards the ceiling. Breathing in, sitting up straight, keeping the twist. And breathing out, come back to the center. Now lying back down, so again, holding on to the back of your thighs and coming back down. We're going to do the pendulum. So, make sure your back is flat into the mat, your hands are by your hands are out by your side, so just under shoulder width apart. So take your legs, bend them and up towards the ceiling. So breathing in, you're going to take your feet to the right, your legs to the right and your head to the left, keeping your feet together. That's right, and then breathing in, come back to the center, using your abdominals. Breathing out, take your legs to the left and your head to the right. Okay? And breathing in, return to center. Breathing out, take your legs to the left and your head to the right. And breathing in, return to center. And breathing out, the other direction. That's it. And breathing in, return to center. And relax. The next one we're going to do is the corkscrew. If you feel that, you can feel your hips clicking as we do it, and just make the range of motion smaller. Okay? So lying on your back still. Again, your head, your legs are lifted towards the ceiling, head down, arms by your side. So breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, circle your legs to the right and down. And then breathing in to bring them back up towards the center. And for 2, circle to the right and down and up. And for 3, circle down and up. Breathing out, circle down and up for 4. And now we're going to go in the other direction. So breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, circle to your left and down, and breathing in to come back up. For 1, circle to your left and up for 2, and circle to your left and up for 3, and last one, circle to your left and up shoulder stacked, hip stacked, your underneath waist lifted, and your right hand in front of your chest to support. So you're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathing out, you lift your top leg, lift your bottom leg, breathing in lower for 1. Breathing out, lift, lift, lower for 2. Lift, lift, lower for 3. Lift, lift, 4. Lift, lift, lower for 5. Lift, lift, lower for 6. Lift, lift, lower for 7. Lift, lift, lower for 8. Now, take both legs up, and we're going to do beats. So you're going to breathe in and beat for 5, and breathe out and beat for 5. So breathing in, beat, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in and breathing out, lower your legs. Okay, so coming up onto your elbow, pressing your elbow into the mat to activate your latissimus dorsi. Again, raise your top leg. So you're going to breathe in, and I'll talk you through the first one. So breathing in, take your toes to the top, heels to the bottom. Bring your leg forward and pulse. Breathing out, take your toes down, back and pulse. Now at the same time, your upper body should not move. If your upper body is moving, just reduce your range of motion in your legs. So breathing out, in pulse, and out. Pulse, toes down, toes up, pulse, so you're rotating your thighs. Pulse, and up, and pulse, and back, and pulse. Toes up, forward, pulse, toes down, back, and pulse. Toes up, forward, pulse, toes down, back, and pulse. Last one, forward, pulse, and back, pulse. Excellent. Come back down onto your arm, bringing your bottom leg into tabletop position, 90-degree angle. Top leg is hovering. Again, underneath waist lifted, top shoulder sliding down your back, hips and shoulders stacked. So breathing in, take your leg forward to 45-degree angles. So breathing out, lift, breathing in lower, lift and lower for 2, lift 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now take your foot forward to 90-degree angle. And the same, breathing out, lift and lower. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And return. Now you're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathing out, you're going to take your legs forward, 45-degree angle, and lift. Breathing in, lower, and return. So breathing out, forward and lift, breathing in, lower, and return for 2. 45-degree angle. 3. Forward, lift, breathing in, lower, return. And 5. And 6. And now we're going to bring our legs forward to 90-degree angles. So breathing out, forward, lift, breathing in, lower, return. Forward, lift, lower, return for 2. Forward, lift, lower, return for 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And return. Now take both legs into tabletop position, so 90-degree angle. Lift your top leg up, so it's still in a 90-degree angle. Now, keeping your bottom thigh on the mat, lift your bottom toes to touch. That's it. So we're only going to be moving our top knee. So breathe in, lower, top knee, breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower for 2, and lift. 3, and lift. 4, lift. 5, lift. And 6, lift. Excellent. Coming onto your back now. Give yourself a nice hamstring stretch. Take your right leg, foot, place it over your left thigh. Take your hands between your legs and press your left thigh to your chest as you're pushing your thigh into your hands for a nice glute stretch. Great. And now we have to do the same on the other side. So turning over. Again, set up, arms straight out, in line with your body. lower both legs. Breathing out, lift, lift, breathe in, lower for 2. Lift, lift, lower for 3. Lift, lift, lower for 4. Lift, lift, lower for 5. Lift, lift, lower for 6. Now, we're going to do our beats. So lift your top leg and your bottom leg. Breathing in, beat, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower. Now coming up onto your shoulder, pressing your elbow, pressing your elbow into the mat, so that you activate your latissimus dorsi. Now lift your top leg, and we're going to do the same. So rotate your foot so that your toes are pointing up and your heel down. So breathing in, come forward and pulse. Breathing out and toes down, back and pulse. Breathing in, forward, pulse. Toes down, back, pulse. Toes up, forward, pulse. Toes down, back, pulse. Forward, pulse, pulse. And 3, and 4. Excellent. And relax. Coming back down onto your arm. Lower leg is bent. 90-degree angle. Top leg is elevated off the floor. Breathing in. Take your leg forward to 45-degree angle. So breathing out, you're going to pulse down. Breathing in, lift. So, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coming into 90-degree angle. And we're going to do the same. So breathing out, down, and breathing in, lift. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And coming back. You're going to do now breathing in to prepare. So lift your leg up. Breathing out. Take your leg forward and up. Breathing in, down and back for 1. Forward, up, down and back for 2. Forward, up, down and back for 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. Now we're going to come into 90 degrees forward. So breathing in, lift, prepare. Breathing out, lift and come into 90 degrees. Lift, breathing out, lower and return. Breathing in, forward and lift. Lower and return. Forward, lift, breathing in, lower, return. Out, forward, lift, lower, return. 2 more. Lift. And 3. And rest. Now we're coming into our plank. So bend both your knees to tabletop position. Lift your top leg, keeping the same angle. Now take your bottom foot towards your top foot, keeping your bottom thigh onto the mat. So breathing in, take your top knee down to your bottom knee. Breathing out, lift. Breathing in, lower, out, lift. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Excellent. I'm coming into your hamstring stretch. So turning over. Take your left leg now. Over your right leg and hands between. And push your thigh into your hands as you pull your hands towards your body. And relax. Great. Now we're going to come up and do a mermaid stretch. We're nearly there done. Just our final stretches now. So sitting into a pretzel position. Front leg forward, back leg, back foot back. Try and keep both sit bones onto the mat. Hands straight out. Take a deep breath in. Breathing out. Take your right hand down to the mat, lifting your left hand over your head, facing your palm towards the crown of your head, and you can bend your right elbow if you want to come down further, making sure you keep your sit bones onto the mat. Breathing in, come back to the center. Breathing out, take your left hand, place it on your left knee, and take your right hand over your head, palm facing the crown. That's it. And breathing in back to center. And one more, breathing together, knees are bent out, holding onto your thighs, come into your C curve, and we're just going to do 3 or 4 puppy seals, okay? So breathing in to lower and breathing out, come forward, keeping your feet off the mat. I'm still there. That's okay, hold it there. Hey! Okay, so breathing in, lower onto your shoulders.